Hey guys, Kevin Lewis here again with Promethean, your credit repair experts. And today we're talking to Brian Madalion from Gusev Insurance. Hey Brian, how's it going?
Kevin, good to see you. Thanks for coming in today.
Well, thank you for having me. So Brian, I just want to ask you a few questions, and I want to thank you again for allowing me to be in your space. You've got a wonderful space here in Philadelphia, and so just want to talk to you a little bit about your business. So Brian, tell me, what got you started in Gusev Insurance?
Well, for years I was a what they call a captive agent, which means that I only have one insurance company to shop my customers with. I felt like a lot of times it was fitting a square peg into a round hole, which sometimes is tough. I also felt like at times there would be increases in rates that I had nothing to do with and could not help them like I would want to. So I switched over earlier this year and I became an independent agent. So Gusev Insurance is an independent agency. I represent anywhere from currently 10 to 15 different insurance companies, more than that on the life side, and now I'm helping customers a lot more efficiently.
Excellent, excellent. So Brian, what's your favorite part of the job?
My favorite part of the job would be I enjoy helping people. A lot of people in Philadelphia, and I guess around the country, don't understand insurance. They don't understand, what it means to be properly insured for your home, what it means to be properly insured for your automobile, and it's my job to educate them. A lot of my friends call me the professor because I do enjoy educating my clients on their insurance needs and making sure that they're properly insured.
I got to be honest, and this is a bit off cuff, but I have to be honest. I don't understand my automobile insurance, my life insurance, or my homeowner's insurance really at all. I just know that if I am to get into an accident, heaven forbid, if I get into an accident, I want my insurance agency to be able to come in and take care of me. But if you tell me what coverages I have, I couldn't tell you. And if I could tell you, I wouldn't even know what those meant. So it's great that you educate your clients. So what's the most challenging part of your job?
I'd say the most challenging would be, I know that you're the credit repair specialist, and a lot of times credit, although it's not a credit score, credit does affect your insurance rates. So when it comes to challenging, I'd have to say, somebody who is a really good person, never has any accident, but has a poor credit score. I can't tell what the score is, but I can tell you if they're getting a high rate, then credit has something to do with it. My job is to help people, and in that situation, I can't help people.
So you really took the next question right out of my mouth. I was going to ask, how does a person's credit affect what you do? But you if you want to elaborate just a little bit more, give me an example of, how you've seen a credit score.
Sure. So there's two different types of scores that are involved with insurance. More specifically, auto insurance, although it does affect homeowners and even life. The two scores are your insurance score and a credit score. Again, no insurance person can see your credit score. We don't know what your credit score is, but there's elements of credit that go into your insurance. We may never ask for your social security number, but somehow or another in the World Wide Web, there's elements of credit that go into that score. The insurance score involves claims. So let's say, for example, someone has no claims and has a good credit score. Their premium is going to be here. Let's say the opposite is true. They have a lot of claims, even if they're not at fault, a lot of claims, and their credit score is not so good. Their credit score is going to be here. So there's a big difference there when it comes to claims and credits and the scores that go into your auto insurance premium.
Okay, so typically, in order to help your clients, you like to see them with low to no claims and above 700, 750 credit scores. I know that you can't see their credit scores, but you can imagine that in the credit world, 700 to 800, 850, those are going to be people who are going to get those lower premiums.
That's where you're going to get your lowest premium. Not many claims, if any at all. Higher credit score. Just one other piece of information too. the higher limits that you carry, that helps your insurance score. And a lot of times it's funny because people will think that I'm trying to upsell them on something. So someone comes into my office and wants to take the state minimum limits for liability on their insurance. $15,000 per person, $30,000 per accident, $5,000 for property damage. You know, my job really is to educate you, to tell you, first of all, $5,000 for property damage is not enough coverage. You rear end somebody in a halfway decent car, $5,000 is out the window. But the second part of my job is to explain to you that if I increase your coverage from $1,530 to $50,000 per person, $100,000 per accident, you know, now you're in a different tiering within the insurance system. So, you know, when you go to switch to another carrier, your rate is going to be more favorable because you're a more favorable client to insurance companies. So it's going to be more favorable because you're at $50,000, $100,000. Then the next step is to take you from $50,000 per person, $100,000 per accident to $100,000 per person, $300 per accident. Because now you maintain that for some period of time, and now you are a preferred client, and that's how you get a lower rate.
Interesting. I certainly have gotten an education in this short 5 minutes, so I appreciate it. So give me an example of one of the biggest challenges that you had when it came to this insurance score and how the credit played. Can you tell me an example of a client? You don't have to give names, but just tell me an example of a client that you've had that was a credit challenge.
Give you an example of a realtor who will go nameless, who came to me, and his score obviously was not very good, but he had no claims. Very, very, very nice guy. Came to me and wanted to switch over to me. He was with a more non-standard insurance carrier, and between the non-standard carrier and having not a good credit score, you know, my rate was probably 1.5 times what he was currently paying. Now, the bad part about it is that I can't switch you over to me. I could, but it's going to cost you more money because your score just is not where it should be in order to be, you know, to get that good rate. Great guy. I really wished I could help him. I put him on a plan, you know, some sort of plan where, you know, every 6 months we would check back in just to make sure that he was, you know, moving in the right direction. And, you know, hopefully we'll see. You know, that was actually a couple months ago, so.
Perfect. And by the way, to our audience, Brian's phone is ringing. That means he's busy, and that's good news. That's always good news. We like to have the phones ring. When they're not ringing, that's when we're concerned. So we're going to leave that in there and not even be concerned about it. And I'm sure the audience will forgive us. All right. So if you had to give credit advice, I know my job is to give credit advice.
It is.
But if you had to give credit advice to somebody before they were coming to you, let's say you could step outside of yourself and say, I'm giving this person credit advice, knowing that they're going to come to me at some point in the nearest future. What would that advice be?
That would be to do the annual check of your credit report. And if you see that there are things on your credit report, contact somebody like you. You know, those things keep you from purchasing a house. You know, a bad credit score keeps you from purchasing a house. And if you are able to purchase a house, you know, it may increase your rate for the mortgage. It may increase your rate for the insurance. So, you know, address your credit. Keep things kind of close to you. Knock those simple things out like that, and you'll be in so much a better place down the line.
Well, Brian, like I said, it's been extremely informative, and I appreciate it. Just take about 10 to 15 seconds and just talk about are there any things exciting about that are going on at Goosehead Insurance that you want to tell the audience?
Well, it is insurance. There's all kinds of excitement with insurance, right? No, I'll just tell you briefly that you know, also what I do is life insurance, and I tell a story to all my clients who come in and take a life insurance policy out with me. I would not be where I am today had it not been for my mom purchasing life insurance. I was an only child. of a single mom raised. So I really beat the drum for life insurance. You know, not enough, especially in the African American community, not enough of us think ahead like that to pre-plan and set something up for the ones that we leave behind.
Outstanding, outstanding. And I did not know that we had that in common. So I am also an only child and
Nice.
grew up in a single parent household. So outstanding, another connection. Well, I appreciate it. Again, ladies and gentlemen, that is Brian Madalion from Goosehead Insurance. For all your home, auto, life insurance needs, please contact him. Brian, just tell us how we can contact you.
Sure, you can always reach me at 215-297-6060. 215-297-6060. Best part about that number is that you'll reach me whether I'm in the office or in the field because it'll bounce.
Well, all right. Well, there you guys have it. And I am Kevin Lewis from Promethean. We are your credit repair experts. You can reach us via the web at promethean.com. You can reach us by phone at 215-331-0471 or via email at info@promethean.com. By the way, Promethean is spelled P-R-E-M-I-S-I-E-N. Until next time, thanks and have a prosperous future.